Hi everyone, we're going to go ahead and talk about creating the SAC character page. Now having this character page is an integral part of the design process for having a character. Once you've designed your regular character and we understand what it's going to look like, you created the design of the costume, if you will, we now need to create the character page, which shows the character from different angles. And doing so is something that allows other animators who are working on a project to be able to keep consistent design aesthetics that you have to set with the design of your character. So let's begin. On a regular sheet, you can see it's a nice large sketchbook page here. I need to set myself up first by setting my ruler up, and I'm going to be using a ruler for this project. And I'm going to go ahead and set my ruler up so that it's parallel to the top here. And using just the thickness of the ruler, I'm going to go ahead and trace myself a line that goes right across the page. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use that ruler once more, line it up with the line that I've already created, and I'm going to go ahead and create a secondary line, and then I'll do one more time to create the third part of the line. So I've basically done this twice now. And I'm doing this because I'm going to use this as the base for my character. And you notice I'm doing this in the red, and you want to use the red or blue pencil to do this. Now what's going to happen is in this space, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw our character in the 5 poses. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a front. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a front. Make it a little darker for you. We're going to do a front, and then we're going to do we call it a 3/4. Right, 3/4 front. And then we're going to go ahead and do a profile. Then we're going to do a 3/4 back. And then we're going to go ahead and do a regular back view. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead and begin with our drawing. So on the front view, I'm going to go ahead and draw my sack, and I'm going to have my basic design. And the idea is that we use this midpoint line to be the midpoint of the sack itself. And again, I'm only doing it just in the red pencil here because I want to be able to go ahead and ink this. Okay, I want to be able to go ahead and ink this so that afterwards I don't have to worry about erasing anything else. And everything's all set. So go ahead and I'm going to put my ears in here, right? And again, this is my center of my body. Gonna thicken it out a little bit, and kind of like we did here. So I decided I'm going to use a little curve and a little curve on the belly, and it'll curve out and curve in. And that's going to sort of be my character. And I've got my little feet here. They're going to be on this line. Right? They're kind of going out to the side. So he fits all in there. Now let's going to go ahead and we're going to do a 3/4 front. For the 3/4 front, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to curve this so it looks like we're looking across the body here. And we're starting to see kind of the back, and then here's the head coming up, right? So now I'm going to say that, well, I've got this little pooch here, right there. I think I'm going to have that a little narrower there. And there we go. Because this is where you're designing the character as if it was standing at a 3/4 angle. So I need to keep, again, the midpoint here at the top of the head here. So here's now where I'm going to show, this is for the first time I'm going to show that side of the tie-off here, right? I've got this, and you really don't see much of that one. Kind of comes back behind. The tie-off here, I've got this, and I got a little bit of that line coming down, a little bit coming here, there, and a little bit of that belly. There we go. And I've got that other foot certainly coming back out, or their tie-off happening around here. And this one we can see it's actually sitting right there. See that? It's sitting there like the side of a foot. So this is our 3/4 angle. Now let's go ahead and go into the profile. Profile is we're going to go ahead and kind of do that square round again. And we're really just going to show that belly. We're going to show the top of the sack here, right? Fullness, kind of come around. And that's what it's kind of looking like on its side here. There we go. So it's sort of sitting up. So this one now, we're only going to see the side of that foot only right here. We're only going to see it right here. Right, that midpoint of that sack foot is lining up here with the midpoint of the sack. Now we're just going to have that one ear, and it's in the midpoint here, and it's sort of that sack is sort of flopped over. I've got the base here, and really all I see here is just this little line right here, right? I don't see this line on a profile because it's part of the profile itself, right? So I don't see that at this point. It disappears, okay? And all I do see is just this little bit of the curve line here showing me a little bit of that belly. So you kind of bring a little of that belly coming around. There we go. There's that little tush coming around there. Now I'm going to show the 3/4 back, all right? So we're flipping it for this one. So we're 3/4 back. I'm going to go ahead and I'm kind of showing this side here, right? And now I'm showing this more of the rump or the back side of my sack, right? So my sack here, got it back here. And I'm looking at the 3/4 back. This line that I had here, which came down, the vertical line, the crosshair for the belly and underneath here, I'm going to, where it's 3/4 here, I'm going to be showing what it basically kind of looks like from the back side. So now I'm kind of seeing it come from the back side, kind of see here a little bit of a rump, right, a little turn. And then here, this back one almost becomes like a little tush, right? Like we see the little back side of the little tush kind of rounding around, almost like he's got little buns there. And then the foot comes forward now. Because remember, we're looking at it from behind now. So now that foot, and we still don't see that other foot, right? Because it was back over the other side of the body. We saw it here in front. Here we saw both of them. Then we saw one. Then we still see one. We don't see the other one until we get the back view again. So there's my side there. And now this little tie-off that I have here, it's coming now into the front side. See that? It's coming over to the front side now. I want to make sure to keep the angle of it correct. Stays inside there. But now I start to see the other side of the other one there. It comes around and back around. See that? But it's cut off by the curvature of the top of the sack right there. But we know it's there. So I've got this little curve here coming in. There's this little tush, right? Maybe a little line there. So now you can see that I've got a 3/4 angle back. Now let's go ahead and do the full back view. And the back view is certainly the same as the front view. The difference being is that we're going to be changing the placement of the feet and the little tie-offs on top. So let's go ahead here, kind of extend this back out. And kind of get my body here. And again to the back side. So now we're doing this. We've got our curve here. We've got our curve coming around. And we got a little bit of almost like a little bun. These little buns showing off there. And now we have the tie-off, but this time we see all of the tie-off because it's coming around from the back side. So we sort of see all of that. Okay, I've got that in here. And then on the front side here, I see the tie-off here. The foot comes down and back around. So flatten it out, comes back around, right? Comes back around. So we see that foot come back around. So we have that curve, curves in. It's nice sort of curves that follow around. And this is our back view of our sack. So it should look more or less, it should look the same width and height. See right here. So for our front view, 3/4 profile, 3/4 back, and back view. Okay. We note that it's getting skinnier because we're seeing the sack from the side. All right. So these are the 5 views that we will later go back in to create our character spin. And creating the character spin is taken directly from these 5 images. So this is what you're going to start off first with. After we've designed your character and you know what you want it to look like, you're going to come back and you're going to design the character page with the rotation showing and clearly labeling front, 3/4 front, profile, 3/4 back, and back view. And using the ruler, using all the lines, set everything up so everything is consistent in height and scale. That's going to be important. That's why we use this line. Okay? That is your next step.